Okay, so tonight's call is going to just be about the basics. I think it's very important to feel comfortable with the basics, whether you are a new market partner or you are mentoring new market partners. So if you've had a lot of new market partners sign up lately, um, or you are one, hang on one second, I need to change my settings on my phone. Here we go. Okay. So I think it's very important to have a list and also just feel comfortable with the basics in your back office with talking about flex. I'm going to talk about your personal volume, where that comes from. I'm going to talk about how to approach people once you have sent a cart, um, which also obviously will go into follow up. So I'm going to talk about that, talking on stories, making this a priority, etc. So let's talk about the back office. So I get questions about this a lot. I basically have a little list of my FAQs that I get and how to access your back office. What is that? Okay. So your back office is literally just your website. So when you go to mymon8.com and you type in your username and password, that is your back office. Okay. Your back office is very important, and it's very important to make sure that you check this once a day at least, especially when you're just starting. Even if you're not getting new VIPs yet, get in there, dive into your trainings, start your like if you log in there, that's where it's going to show you like what new trainings you have access to, which ones you've completed. It's going to be where you see your progress with your Smart Start. It's going to be where you see your progress with ranking. And it's very important to get familiar with that in the beginning, because as you start progressing, your graph is going to start changing. And it's important to get used to it now so that when you have girls that are also working and getting volume and ranking, you know how to maneuver that graph. So by graph, I mean, when you're logged into your back office, okay, you're going to scroll down and you'll see a little circle with a percent sign in the middle of it. And right above it, it's going to say market partner, managing market partner, associate market builder, market builder. It's going to start going through each of the ranks. Here is what I want you guys to do, whether you're starting today or you started a year or 2 years ago. You should always be looking at two ranks. So one that you're currently trying to hit and the next one. Don't ever just look. I honestly, since I was market mentor when I got my car, I have always scrolled all the way to senior executive director and looked at what I needed. And I could tell you line by line what I need in my mind, who's going to be a piece of that with you. So it's very important to start looking at the one ahead and the current one. Also, because in your mind, you always want to be a step ahead. So right now, if your goal is to hit managing market partner, go ahead and scroll over and look at associate market builder. Go ahead and look at the next one, just so that you in your mind can know the difference in the volume requirement. And because when you start mentoring someone with your upline, you know in your mind already a vivid picture of what they need for the next one. So just always make sure you're looking at current and the next rank. It's also very important to be familiar with your back office, because once you start getting traction with people, and let's say you need to send out a VIP cart, okay? The first time you send a VIP cart cannot be the first time that you're legitimately sending one. You guys should be so comfortable and confident with how to do it by the time you're actually sending someone one. So for me, like when I started, I lived in my back office. I was looking at the numbers. I wanted to understand how to hit the first rank. And again, when you're looking at that circle graph, it'll break it down for you. There's PV requirement, and every single one will tell you exactly what you need for it. So get used to seeing that, understand what that means. Go ahead and make a pretend VIP cart. You don't have to actually send it, but go through the process of hitting enroll VIP, add some products to it, add something to the flagship, go through the whole process so that when you're actually dealing with a customer, it's not your first rodeo. You feel confident talking to them and sending it, and you're not in a panic like, oh my gosh, how do I send out a cart? Okay. So do 3 practice ones tonight. If you don't have the VIP cart explanation, I do have a screen recording that I pre-recorded with like a voiceover, and it walks you through exactly how to do it. That's why it's important to not be doing it for the first time when you actually have a VIP, because I go through step by step where you can pause the video. It is on the YouTube channel, so make sure you guys are utilizing that too. I even honestly need to be better at that and going through and like looking and seeing what videos we have, but don't forget that we do have that resource. But go through, pause the video, go step by step, make a couple so that when that time comes, you're in the clear. So that is a good video. Make sure when you have a new market partner, make sure they have that video. Send them that, send them the YouTube page and how to access it, because it's accessible right through WhatsApp. So if you're in the WhatsApp chat and you hit the very top, you can click on where it says My Ladies, and it'll have a description of the chat. And in that description, it'll say, you know, we have no tolerance for negativity. We're here to work together, be our best selves, support and love each other. Please make sure you have your first and last name attached to your WhatsApp account so that people know who you are if they don't have your number stored. And then it will also have the exact link to the YouTube page. So make sure they know how to see that. Make sure they know that there is a YouTube page, and definitely at least make sure they have consult questions and how to make a cart video. Okay. Let's see. So let's just talk about where to get started. So let's just say I'm a new market partner. I just signed up today. Okay. I'm in my back office, but like, what do I do now? Okay. It's very important to make sure people know that you're starting a business, because that is what you're doing. No matter if you're on a level 1 or a level 10 with this, you are starting a business. So how are you going to do that? Do you want to get business cards made? Do you want to order some more samples? If you feel like you don't have enough and you're going to be really heavy on talking in person to people, maybe you work at a great job where you are already communicating with people on a daily basis, whether you're a nurse, maybe you're a realtor, maybe you work at a plastic surgery center, maybe you're a stylist of some sort, nanny, personal trainer, whatever it is. If you're doing any job like that where you have current clients or current people that you talk to every day in the break room or at work, you need to have samples, because you're already 5 steps ahead of a lot of people that don't have that. Have samples on you. You don't have to have business cards. Here's the thing, is that business cards are great and I love them and they can be super helpful. And on the other hand, some people aren't big business card people. Maybe they take it, they think it's beautiful, but they lose it or whatever happens. So on the other end of it, if you do have business card, that's great. I have them, I use them, I love them, but I am also my business card, and so is my social media. If anybody is following me, that is my business card. Like, they see exactly what I do. It's very crystal clear. You can get an idea of who I am. You can hear my voice and several of my reels on my story. And you can see what I do. So just make sure too that that is a, work in progress as you're starting this, is that if you want to utilize your social media, it's a huge open door. It's a huge open platform. Anybody can stumble across your reels. And if you have friends and family that are already following you on there, that's a great place too, to kind of talk about it. When you're starting, the first thing you want to do, that I did when I opened my box, I was like, okay, first of all, the oil is beautiful. So I put that in my hand and I took a video or a boomerang of it in my hand. And I made like a very vague comment, like, oh my gosh, if I would have known that growth treatments was, an important factor in my hair care routine, I would have been doing this years ago. Or anything cute and very vague about something with your products, go ahead and put that on your story. You don't have to make like an actual post on your page. And that's just a personal preference. I think your story is where you can get more personal with people with stuff like that. Your page, you can, get a good idea of what to post on there just by doing some research from your teammates. So if you feel like you need a good idea of what your page should look like, not should look like, but you know what I mean, get a good idea of how you can be creative. What things should you be posting on your story versus your page? Then reach out to your upline, ask them, you know, who are some good people that I should follow, just for a good example of what I can basically duplicate. Okay. So you're starting off. We want to talk about you're starting a business. This is exciting. Who do you want to talk to first? Is that going to be somebody via text, via phone, or at work? Okay. And how do you talk about it? I think that and I say we because I was in the same position when I started, is we go right to a sales mindset and we're like, oh gosh, like I don't want my friends to think that I'm being salesy. I don't want my family to feel like they have to buy stuff from me. I don't want to be that girl on social media. Here's the thing though, in the best way possible, you are now that girl. You are, and you should be loud and proud about it because you started for a reason. You either use the products and really love them, or maybe you didn't even use them yet. Maybe you didn't even use them yet. I had not. I was not a VIP customer before I started it. I signed up as a market partner for the discount, hoping I would love them. I had seen my research. I had heard so many girls talking about it. I had seen girls before and after. So I got my products and I wanted to hit the ground running. So I started using them and I literally just documented like what I was using. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm, a mom of two, because I was literally I had signed up the week before I had my daughter. So I had two babies. I was like, I don't ever give myself self-care, and I'm so excited to start using these products. I didn't come out and say like, I'm selling Monat or I've partnered with Monat to be a market partner. Just be very authentic. Like if you started using a new lip gloss, or you found, the secret sauce and the best pair of jeans and whatever it is, it's the same thing, just being genuinely excited about something and wanting to share it, right? So I also went to my friends and my mom and I was like, listen, I've had major FOMO with these products. I've seen girls posting about them for the longest time. And I'm just like, I'm jumping the gun. I want to be part of this company. I'm starting my own business. I was a stay-at-home mom. So from my lens, I was saying, I need something for me. I need something for Jade. I need something to pull me out of this funk that I'm in. I want to be excited about something. And I'm genuinely really excited about this. It doesn't always matter what you say to someone. It matters about how you make someone feel. I had never used these products before. And you could have sworn that I was the one that made the shampoo because I was so excited. And you could tell just by talking to me that I didn't even know the ins and outs of the ingredients in the business and all of that, because again, it doesn't matter what you say. It matters how you make someone feel. And I genuinely I was so excited and I believed in what I had seen in the products and I did love them. Like I used them one time, honestly, and I was like, I can tell a difference because I was one of the ones who had used everything under the sun and was so frustrated because people would always say to me like, oh, your hair is so long. Like, yeah, it was long, but it was a nightmare to deal with. I would wear it up half the time. If I wanted to style it, it would take me an hour and I'd walk outside and it would be so frizzy. So I had tried everything. I felt like I had buildup on my hair. All these little simple, petty details are what are so important. Why did you sign up to use the products? Are you frustrated because you have postpartum hair loss, or maybe your hair sheds like crazy? It won't grow past a certain length. Is it damaged? Is it really frizzy and unmanageable? Whatever that is what you should talk about. So think about if your friend called and you guys were having a normal conversation and you were just excited to tell her about a product that you had started using that was helping your hair. Think about every conversation like that. People want to feel like your friend. They want to feel like you're legitimately giving them a recommendation that you use, right? Like if you asked somebody, let's say you're a mom, because we have a lot of moms on here, and your baby gets sick and you're like, all of a sudden when we have sick kids, it's like we forget everything. I don't know, like what do I do? What do I give them? Because you're stressed out. And you talk to a friend and they're like, listen, do this, try this. This really worked well last time, whatever. you would listen, right? It's the same thing. Like, oh my gosh, girl, I've tried every dry shampoo and I'm blown away by this one because I literally cannot use dry shampoo. And this one is so good for growth. It doesn't have all those bad ingredients in it. I used it one time and it gave my hair so much volume. All those little small, simple keywords like that is what we tend to forget when someone asks us what we're using. Or when you want to talk to somebody about the products, you're like, oh, what do I say? I don't want to say the wrong thing. Think about the simplicity. That's why I wanted to call this like basics, because it's not just the basics of where to get started, but it's the simplicity and the basics of what we do. Think about the little small details that really matter the most. It gives your hair great volume. It helps with growth. It makes your hair shiny. That matters more than having to know all the ingredients of the shampoo and why it makes your hair grow. If they want to know that, then hello, you have a huge team to come ask, okay, somebody help me. Why does it make your hair grow? What is in it? That's so fantastic, right? But the basics, it makes your hair so shiny. We have a shampoo and a conditioner for every hair type, right? We're vegan. We are naturally based. We're the #1 vegan hair care in the world. We have so many products, girl. Like, we literally have something for everything. If you ask me, we probably have something for it. Just simple. Okay. Don't overthink it. Don't get stressed out about needing to know all the things. Just be excited. Okay. Be excited. And what things stand out to you? Because that's what's going to matter too. Our packaging is beautiful. I like things that look nice. When I go to buy lotion and all the like little things that Monat like doesn't carry or that I don't use, I look at the packaging, and then honestly, then I'm like, okay, is it a clean ingredient though? Is it a good product? Our packaging and everything looks beautiful. Plus it works. Plus it's clean. So those little simple things like that. And talking about like girls that you work with, there's probably somebody on the team with relatable skin or hair type that you can like reference, you know what I mean? So you can say like, oh, this girl I work with, she has hair just like that. Go ask them for a video. We're all here to be friends and work together. So don't be worried to go into WhatsApp and ask somebody specifically for a picture or text them on the side. Use your resources and use your team. Okay. So where to get started? Let's talk about too with the FlexShip. So let's say you're talking to your friend. She is interested. She wants to get the products. Okay. Now you have to make the cart. This is how basic I want to get with you guys, because this is the important pieces of this. Okay. So let's say she's like, okay, yeah, I'm excited. Make me a cart. So you go and make the cart. Okay. You're in your back office. You send it to her email. Now you're going to go to her and you're going to say, okay, Britt, I just sent you the cart. I set you up with the growth oil, because that is like the basic, but most important part of your system. It's going to be the foundation of what did she come to you for? Frizz, damage, growth, shine, whatever it is, the oil is probably going to solve that problem. So Britt comes to me for growth because she bleaches her hair all the time. She feels like it's damaged. So I'm like, girl, I set you up on the oil. It's the holy grail. It's going to be the foundation of your system. It's going to help with, I'm going to show you how to do treatments. That's going to help repair growth or help repair damage. And it's also going to help with hair growth. So that's the foundation. Then I have you on a shampoo to help with growth, a conditioner to help with repair, and a leave-in treatment. Simple, to the point, but she knows what every single thing is in her cart within less than 3 sentences, right? Shampoo for damage, conditioner for growth, conditioner for damage, whatever. I don't even remember what I just said. And a leave-in treatment, okay? All of that stuff's in your cart. And then this is the important part too, because people like to feel like they're getting a deal. With Monat, we have something called Purchase Plus, okay? And it seems so complicated and it stressed me out when I started, but it was because I literally didn't take the time to do 2 things. A, make pretend carts, and B, just the simplicity of going to the bottom of the cart and looking. It literally will say Purchase Plus discount, and it'll tell you what that discount took off. So let's say that person, that Brit, let's say you make her a cart with the oil, shampoo, conditioner, and a leave-in. At this point, they're probably going to get at least like $30 off with Purchase Plus. So this is where, again, we overcomplicate it. So let's say the Purchase Plus is $34. Okay, and I'm looking at the cart and I see, okay, Purchase Plus is minus 34. And I scroll up and I look at the cart. Well, the shampoo is 32, right? So you can say to her, again, I'm going to repeat. So Britt, I got you set up with a perfect system. Everything you came to me for, damage, repair, and growth. The oil is going to be the foundation. I'm going to show you how to do treatments so we can get your damage repaired. Your shampoo and conditioner are tailored to growth and damage as well, and a leave-in treatment. So what I did was I actually took the price of the shampoo off. I took care of that for you because you're trusting me and being my VIP. I just emailed you the cart. Text me and let me know if you have any questions. That's it. Because she feels like she got a deal. It's very simple. She understands everything that's in there. So she's going to look at it. Okay. Let's say she comes back and says, oh, well, what's this like membership thing? I don't want to be in, I don't want to have like an auto ship. And you freak out because you're like, oh my God, how do I explain? It's not an auto ship, but it is, but it's not. Okay. Again, simple. You say, oh my gosh, girl, no, it's not an auto ship at all. It's like, it's really cool. Let's see, hang on, rewind. It's not an auto ship. Okay. That part is actually for me so that I can keep track with your orders, because we have two ways that you can purchase as a VIP. You can either take advantage of the flash sales that we have on the weekend, or if it's a Tuesday and you like really need product, or maybe the flash sale is something you're not even interested in, then you can place a flex ship and you'll get free shipping and a free product every time you do it. Okay. And also they see the flex ship. So just don't be repetitive, because sometimes that's what stresses people out. A confused mind will always say no. So you go very direct and simple. Here's the products you have. Here's the deal I gave you. Let them come to you and ask questions. Don't be afraid of that part, because they will see it. It's very honestly user-friendly. They see everything. Today's order, then they hit next, then they see the flex ship, then they hit account creation, then they enter their information, they review it, and they check out. So they will see all of that part, okay? So when you're explaining it, just be confident. Girl, it's not an auto ship, okay? I treat this like a business. So I will always see when you have an order approaching, I'll contact you. If you want to take advantage of the flash sale, you can order that way. If not, then you can order a flex ship. Okay. Let me know if you guys have questions on that part specifically, and I'll go check the chat when I'm finished, but just don't let that freak you out. Okay. It's a great thing that they have a flex ship. For me in the beginning, I would freak out and I would just, I couldn't even get my words right. I didn't know how to explain it. I was like, well, it's not an auto ship, but it is, but I can push it out. Like, don't do that. Just explain it very simply and confident. Okay. Let's just talk about PV real quick. So when you're looking in your back office, okay, and you see all these ranks, there's going to be an abbreviation that says PV, and there's going to be an abbreviation that says GV, personal volume and group volume. Okay. The group volume comes from the personal volume. So anytime you see your personal volume and your group volume, let's say both numbers are 900. They're both the same number because you just don't have market partners that are working with you yet, or maybe you don't want to. Maybe let's say you're doing the affiliate program and you're not wanting to recruit. That's why the number is the same. If you had market partners that were signed up through you, then the group volume number would be different, because everything they do goes into the group volume. The personal volume comes from everything that you do with anything you buy, or when you sign up a retail customer, which I don't personally, I I don't personally have any of those. I don't personally try to push it because I just feel like they don't get a good deal and they don't get the personalization with you and their system and the discount. But if you do get one, it still goes into your personal volume. Or when you sign up a VIP, that goes into your personal volume. Or if that VIP goes and purchases something, that goes into your personal volume, okay? So the PV and the group volume, GV, are always going to be the same unless you sign up a market partner. That goes directly to the group volume, and everything they do for the rest of their time with Mon8 goes into the group volume, okay? So now I'm just kind of bouncing around because I have a list here. So someone did ask me to talk about the affiliate program. So this kind of goes hand in hand. So if you are signing up with this to be an affiliate, or maybe you're really wanting to hit that managing market partner rank and the market partners and the recruiting has just really been a pain for you and you haven't gotten in a groove yet, okay? You can now hit the first 3 ranks in the company just with your personal volume yourself, right? But when you're looking at the chart, okay, especially when you start scrolling over to the second and the third one, it's still going to say group volume. I'm going to try to break this down very simple for you guys. There's still going to be 2 number requirements, but you as an individual can make up both of those. So if the PV says 500, but the GV says 1200, you can make up both of those. Once you make up the 500 PV, it's also going to say, oh, well, now you have 500 GV, right? So if you just do sales that whole month, your PV and your GV are both going to be 1200, and now you're managing market partner, okay? You can make up both lines. If you say, well, I want to be an affiliate, I don't want to recruit, but my mom wants to sign up as a market partner for the discount, and she might want to be an affiliate. You have now just recruited a market partner without intentionally doing it. So now when your mom signs up and she buys some extra products, let's say her as a whole makes up 400 in volume from signing up and buying a few things, and your personal volume is 500 tonight. And let's say tomorrow mom signs up and she buys some stuff, okay? Now your PV in the morning is still 500, but your group volume is now like 700. Okay. So there is ways to make that number up and it be easier, but it doesn't have to, it's not a requirement. So you can make up all of the volume requirements. Okay. But if you have people like mom that sign up and buy stuff, it just helps because it goes into the group volume requirement. So between that and the FlexShip, if you guys have questions, please ask, okay, in the chat, and I'll answer it at the end. But the other thing with being an affiliate, so, you know, with most companies being an affiliate, you like get a link and you can be like, oh my gosh, I love this. Whatever it is that you're using with that company, here's my link, swipe up to buy it. This is a little different because you're making different money, okay? You're making business owner money, not affiliate money. So you can't just say, oh my gosh, I love this shampoo, swipe up and here's my code or whatever, okay? You're still going to be a business owner and you're going to say, I love these hair masks I've been using. They made my hair so shiny, and I've been using them for like 2 months. I can see the growth, whatever it is that you're saying on your story, okay? If you're interested in the products, please DM me because I would love to do a hair consult with you. They are very hair type specific, so I want to ensure that you get the right products in your hands. Okay, so they're still going to go through that personal conversation with you. You're still going to make the cart for them, and then they can purchase and be your VIP. You still want to treat these people like VIPs because that's where the retention comes in and you start to gain residual income. Because if, you know, Susan signs up tomorrow and you don't talk to her for 4 months, which you don't want to do that. You want to keep in contact with them, but she's buying product every month and you maybe don't even know, you're making commission off of that. So that's where your residual income is coming from, right? But you don't want to just post your link because you do still want to be personal and you're the face of your business. And the more that, you know, the people love the products and get the right products and feel like you truly care about them and not just the sale, the more money they're going to spend. But they feel like a person, they feel appreciated, like you appreciate their business, right? Okay. So that's the only thing with that, is you still want to treat it the same as if you're a market partner. You just don't have to actively recruit. You don't have to talk about it, and you don't need it to hit the first 3 ranks. Okay. Let's see. Let me see what else. Maybe how to approach those that you sent to cart that never checked out. So let's just talk about follow-ups real quick. Be the queen of following up with people. I love when people follow up with me. When you guys follow up with me, I know that you actually care about your business. You care about getting an answer. You care about getting help. You're being the squeaky wheel. Other people will feel the same. Don't feel like you're bothering someone, or they will feel that. I'm constantly like, hey girl, I just wanted to check back in. I'm sitting down, finally getting dinner. My kids are in the bed. I've had a crazy day. I hope you had a great day. Please let me know if I can help you check out with your cart. Just be a friend to your potential customers and market partners and your current market partners and VIPs. They love to just feel like they're just a normal person. It's not a sale, but you take your business seriously. There's a million things that you could say for a follow-up, but just in your mind, think about what you're doing in that moment. Put a little thought and intention into it, and it won't feel like you're just nagging at people. Okay. If you're sitting down to eat dinner and you're legitimately looking at your business and what you've done for the day, let them know that, hey girl, Marissa, I just sat down to grab some dinner. I am going through my day, you know, making my rounds. I just wanted to make sure you didn't have any questions. Please just I'm an open book, you know, ask me anything, because they may have sticker shock. And they don't want to tell you that because there's no like just friendly communication. But as soon as you open that door, they'll be like, oh gosh, well, girl, I hate to tell you this, but like, I didn't think it was going to be that much. And now you can do your proper follow-up. Well, girl, listen, let's talk about it. Let's see if we can take anything off. Let me see if I can get anything any more discounted for you. Maybe she's the one that you made the cart with the oil and all the stuff. So you go back and take the oil off and say, well, listen, I just took like an additional $80 off. It's just how you say something, you know what I mean? And make that person feel at the same time. I took $80 off. Thank you so much for telling me that, because I really want to get these products in your hands, but I want it to be in your budget. So let's look at it again. Let's say it still doesn't work out, right? And so now you put that girl on your follow-up list for when we have a flash sale. But be the queen of following up. Be organized so you know who to follow up with. Okay. And make sure that you at least follow up, let's say within 24 hours. So if you make that cart in the morning, don't go to sleep without following up with that person if they haven't checked out, is essentially what I try to do. If you still haven't heard from them in the morning, I would follow up again. I would say 3 times before you give someone a breather. Hey girl, I'm so sorry. Listen, I don't want to bug you, but please let me know if you have questions. I wanted to make sure it at least went through on your end. I'm sitting down, you know, if it's a flash sale weekend, I don't want this promotion to sell out. Sometimes we have products that sell out. Okay. 3 times, and then you can give it a rest and put them on your follow-up list for the next sale. Okay. Just be confident with that. If you're not getting people interested from your stories and you feel like you are being really consistent with them, there's one of 2 things. The first thing is reach out to your upline and say, listen, could you please watch my stories for 48 hours? I feel like I'm not getting traction. Maybe I'm not saying something right. Can you help me, coach me through this? Be coachable and ask your upline to coach you. I need help. I'm not getting traction. Maybe I need to change something. Is it the way that my stuff looks? Is it the way that I'm talking? Can I say something else? Let them watch it for 48 hours and see what they come up with. If they're great, sometimes it's just consistency and time. I have been doing this for 3 years. And for 2 of those years, I've been very intentional with posting reels and trying to educate. In the last 6 months, have gotten more traction than ever. I literally would get so frustrated because I'm like, what in the world? I'm making all these reels. I am getting a little bit of traction, but I felt like I should have been getting 3 times what I was. And sometimes it goes through phases. You have to figure out what feels like you. You know what I mean? Because in the beginning, it is a lot of like duplication and trial and error. Okay. So don't get frustrated and quit, because the next thing that you could have done could have been the thing that got you 3 VIPs, right? The other thing is, don't just rely on one source. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. So do the samples, talk to people, be proud about Monat. Monat is your baby and your business. When I started, I kept comparing myself to other girls, and I was like, how am I going to stick out different? Why are people going to come to me? A light switched one night, and I literally was like, wait a second. When I have people think about Monat, I want them to think about Jade. I want them to see my face and hear my voice. If I have an old friend who hears Monat or is talking to Monat about Monat to somebody, I want her to think about me. So how do I do that? Right? How do you do that when you're in person talking to people? This is your business. You might not know the ins and outs of it yet, but that's normal. My husband just started his own business with his dad doing construction, and it's his business, but he doesn't know every single thing about construction and what he's supposed to be doing and to answer every question. This is your business. So just be vulnerable with people. If you don't know the answer to something, you know what's really awesome is I love what I do, and I can actually help you while I'm still learning, because I'm on a great team with a lot of resources, and I can find out anything at the drop of the hat. So give me 1 second. I want to make sure I give you the right answer, and I'll find out. You earn as you learn in this. Okay. I still don't know all the things. And sometimes I do calls, and at the end of it, I'm like, well, I hope something I said helped somebody, because I'm still learning. Okay. So don't be afraid to still be learning. It's awesome, actually. If any of you said that to me and I was coming to you about products and I was like, well, what is it in the shampoo that makes it grow? And you were like, got nervous and or you said, you know what? Shoot, I think I know, but I want to make sure I have the right answer. So I'm going to go ask my mentor, because in this business, it's so cool that I can actually help you while I'm still learning and building my business. And that's what I love about this business, is that I am still learning, but I can still help you. Okay. So just don't, give yourself, like, drop your shoulders. Don't be so stressed out. And because when we stress out, we tend to overthink. Be a humble queen. Okay. And just be loud and proud about what you're doing. Fall in love with it. Remind yourself, like, why did you sign up for this? Why do you love the products? Do they make your hair feel good? Do they make you feel beautiful? Do you love your team? Do you want to make money with this? Okay. Get yourself back to the basics. Even the people that have been doing it for 2 years. Sometimes we overcomplicate things and we're like, I need to get back to the basics. Okay. So just remind too, when you have new market partners, remind them of this. And if you are a new market partner and you're watching this now, you're watching the recording, like we all started, everybody has to start somewhere. Okay. And your starting point's not a bad point. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride. Don't get overwhelmed with all the things. Just remember to be excited, and that when people are talking to you, because I promise you that, like, at this point, I've probably signed up, I don't even know, you guys, 60, 70, I don't know, market partners. Many times I have had a girl sign up, and in the first 2 weeks, she hits MMP and she's got 8 VIPs and 4 market partners. And I'm like, it's a big reminder that, like, wait, she literally just started. What did you do? Oh, girl, I really don't even know. I did what you told me. I was excited. I told people what I was using. I asked for their support. Right? It was her energy. People trusted her. She's been using it for 2 weeks. She's been using it for a month. She's excited. She wants to tell everybody about it. So they're like, shoot, okay, I'll try it. It's the same thing. I saw a reel the other day, and I can't remember what her name is, but we send her reels a lot, and she, like, the Hey Girl, whatever, if somebody knows her name, tell me. She made a reel and she said, I was driving down the highway the other day and she passed a restaurant, said like #1 chicken something in the world. Okay. And this place just opened a week ago. Are you going to pull in and try it and probably sit down and eat? Probably. You've never been there. It's a new restaurant. Who knows? Is it a chain? Is it not a chain? I don't know. But the sign said it was the best. So I went in and wanted to try it. We have the best hair care, the tacos, the chicken, whatever it was. It was something for me to remember that they said it's the number one. Ours is too. It's the best, literally the best. If anybody came up to me and asked me anything, I wouldn't go straight to the ingredients. Girl, it's the best. I've used everything. It's clean ingredients. It makes your hair shiny. The amount of testimonials I have seen with these products is absolutely unreal. You have to try it and you'll see exactly what I mean. Okay. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Let me check my notes. I'm losing my voice, y'all. Talking on stories. I think I covered everything. Let me check the chat real quick.
Maria has one good question on the FlexShip, Jade, in the chat.
Okay. About the updated terms, is that what it is? Question. Yeah. Okay, so it says, question with the updated FlexShip terms. A new VIP has to sign up for a future FlexShip, but they can opt out with no cancellation fees. I believe I read also that it doesn't affect their active status. How do we explain this to potential VIPs? I've explained the benefits of keeping the FlexShip, how we're going to place your orders when there's not a sale for shipping. I'm just confused as to how we are supposed to word these new terms. So I haven't explained anything different. I just always make sure that in the beginning, when I am talking to them, that if they don't ask, once they've signed up, I just say, hey, I just want you to know, in your FlexShip, let's say they don't get the oil, okay? And I'm like, I just wanted you to know in your FlexShip, I went ahead and put the growth oil whenever you're ready to buy something. If you don't want to buy that, we can change it. That's for your convenience, that when we don't have a flash sale, you can still get flash sale pricing and you'll get free shipping and a free product. You can only say so much. You sound like you're explaining it great. I mean, that's kind of like the fortunate but unfortunate thing in our business. They try to think of everything to keep us happy and the customers happy. So obviously, you know, if there was an issue and we were losing customers and they weren't, you know, happy with the FlexShip and they wanted to cancel it, whatever, again, you can only say and do so much. You can't force them to keep it. I wouldn't I don't explain anything different though. I still say to my customers, once they ask me, the FlexShip is literally the best part. There's so many different ways that I say it too. I think it depends on who I'm talking to and what they ask, but I either explain it as, you know, when there's not a promo, if there's not a promo, I can basically create a promotion for you through the FlexShip, because you can. That's what Purchase Plus Discount is. They have that so that we can create our own sales. So I will either say that or what I said originally. But another thing you can say is, listen, make sure you don't opt out of the FlexShip, because when we don't have promos, that's how I'll create a promo for you, depending on what you want to order. If the promo's not tailored to what you want, I can make it for you through the FlexShip, and you get free shipping and a free product. Always add that part on. So that's, you know, how I would explain that. Sorry, I'm just reading. So don't bring it up unless the potential VIP. No, I wouldn't, just because it's there. They see it. Like, they literally cannot check out until they see the FlexShip. So I would say 9 times out of 10, I don't get anybody that asks me over time. When I first started, because I wasn't confident and I didn't fully know how to explain it, like that initial confidence that you put to people of, hey, here's your cart, here's what's in it, I took off the price of the shampoo, yada, yada, all that stuff. Like, they know that you know what you're talking about. In the beginning, every single person was like, oh, what's the auto ship? I don't want an auto ship. And it would stress me out until I got comfortable and confident with explaining it. But don't bring it up because they see it. So it can be repetitive and it can stress them out and confuse them when you're trying to explain it. Let them come to you and ask. The best advice I can give for VIPs especially is just answer what they ask. If they say, what's the FlexShip? Just answer that part. And then if they say, well, what's this part? Then answer that question. Okay. Like, don't feel like you have to over explain anything, because it definitely will confuse them. Did I answer that good? Let me see. I've done a lot of research on the FlexShip because My aunt gave me a lot of pushback with it. So I read all the FAQs. It's pretty awesome. That's cool. Love that. See, and that's good to do your own research and feel confident. Yes, Amber, I think that is the real. I think that is her. Okay, well, that's all I
Jade, can I just
had.
mention one thing, babe?
Yes.
If they do cancel before the 15th, guys, it does not count towards your VIP acquisition. So if somebody does choose to cancel, just try to make sure they don't do it before your commissions get paid out for when you get them. Because remember, for every 4 VIPs, you get a VIP acquisition bonus. If they do cancel their flagship before you get those commissions, it will not count towards your VIP acquisition, just so you guys know.
So just communicate with your VIPs. The only way you're going to know and they're going to know is by talking to them. So again, create that trust. Once they're signed up, you can tell them like, okay, well, listen, a big part of being my VIP is that you have total access to me. So if you want to send me your login information and you ever need help with return or placing your orders or whatever it may be, you can do that at any time. Please come to me and ask me any questions, especially if it's anything with your profile, because it is touchy and it's hard to figure out at first. So if you have any questions about anything, just please ask. Just go ahead and open that door for them and hopefully they will ask. But there really is no way to like monitor and make sure. And like, you don't want to say to them like, hey, make sure you don't cancel the flagship before the 15th. They're like, hey, make sure you don't cancel the flagship. Like, I wouldn't even say that. Just let them come to you. There's only so much you can do, and I think Monate's even still trying to figure that out. They're trying to make us happy. They're trying to keep customers happy. Because if they couldn't opt out, then we'd all be sitting here like, oh, well, they can't opt out and they have to pay the fee. Because when I started, they had to pay the fee. So that was the big stink, was that all market partners were mad because their VIPs were mad that they had to pay a fee. So it's just, they're trying to work the kinks out. We're still a new company. So always look at the positive in it. At least they have the option. Hopefully they won't cancel it. Make sure you're just confident and calm and clear when you explain it. And I think you'll be good. Okay. I talked you guys' head off, but love you and hope you have a good night, and we'll send the recording per usual. Okay.